Alright, here we are, episode number 4 of Average Jim's Cooking Show. Welcome back. Tonight we're making Jimbalaya. It's kind of my take on New Orleans classic Jimbalaya. So it's a little different. I don't put as many ingredients, just kind of keep it simple yet flavorful. So as usual, we're going to start with taking a look at the ingredients we have. We've got about 3 chicken breasts cut up. We've got a bag of, this is a mixed pepper blend with onions. Got about a pound of shrimp already peeled. About 2 stalks of celery, about half an onion, and then we've got a can of peeled tomatoes, some garlic, can of chicken broth, some Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning, black pepper, and some olive oil. And we've got about a pound of sausage over here. Some people use andouille. I'm just using some summer sausage. So we're going to start over here in our pot. We're going to have a little bit of oil in there, and we're just going to pour our chicken in, all cut up. And then while that's going, we get a big spoon I can work with. You just want to kind of let that go in. Now it'll start cooking, start browning up a little bit there. And we'll come back over here to the chopping board. And like I said, we've got some sausage. We're just going to start slicing that up, you know, a little bit bigger than bite-sized pieces. Now it's getting away from me there. So we're going to throw that in the pot real quick. Come back, chop up some more. There we go, we're going to throw that in the pot as well. Turn up our heat a little bit so we can really get this going. Now this does take a little bit of time to get everything going together. So we're going to let this cook for about 5 minutes, and then we'll start adding the other ingredients. Okay, you can see our chicken and sausage are going. So we're going to start adding our onions and pepper blend there. Make sure we get everything in there. And then we're going to go ahead and add our red onions chopped up there. Again, about half a small red onion. And then our celery, and this is about 2 stalks of celery. So we're just going to go ahead and mix this around a little bit. Some people, I'm cooking, actually am making rice for it. I'm just cooking it separate. Some people like to pour the rice inside the pot, you know, let it all cook together. I don't like it that way. I like to mix it, you know, at the end. Tonight I'll just serve it on the plate and, you know, enjoy everything kind of separately. So again, not really adding too much seasoning to this. We're going to do that at the end. And same thing with the shrimp. We're going to add that at the end. A lot of times people add, you know, shrimp in, and they're still cooking it for like half an hour, so it ends up getting really tough. So right at the end is when I'm going to add in the shrimp and tomatoes. Go ahead, I guess we can go ahead and put some garlic in now. Most of this stuff's pretty mixed together. It's not going to burn. So we'll just get a big scoop of garlic to go in there. And then we're going to let it go for a few more minutes, and then we'll work on it some more. Alright, so we're going to check on everything here. Looks like it's going pretty good. So now we're going to go ahead and add our chicken broth. Just pour a can of that right in. And we're going to add some Tony Chachere's seasoning. Just going to dump that in. There's a lot of mixed spices in here. That's why I didn't really add salt or too much, because everything's going to come from that. And of course, some crushed black pepper. Going to go ahead and get that there. Now some people you'll see will start to make a roux into the sauce, you know, to help thicken this up a little bit. Again, you know, we're going to let it go for a few minutes because it's going to evaporate and cook down a little bit. So what we'll do, we'll just let it go here, and then we'll come back and take a look at it and see how it is going. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put the lid right back on, and we'll check back in a few minutes. Okay, everything's going pretty good here. it's thinned down a little bit, and then so what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of flour to help thicken it up, and then just kind of drizzle that in, and then we'll mix that in. And again, just like you've seen in previous episodes, this just doesn't really add any flavor, doesn't change anything, just helps thicken it up a little bit. So, and again, as that cooks, it'll get there. So just stir it around pretty good, and then we're going to come in, make sure you scrape the sides down. A lot of times stuff will get stuck there. So now we're going to come in, we're going to add a can of chopped up tomatoes. We're just going to pour that right in. And we're going to mix all that in together too. So that's going to help add some color, some flavor, and help, a little bit of a sauce when we get that. So we're going to go ahead and let that go a few more minutes. Again, this is one of the longest dishes it takes to make. Honestly, I've been at it probably about 35 minutes. So some people will do it in the crock pot and they'll let it go all day. That's fine. I like to make things, simple, but I like to make them fairly quick. But so this one, it does take a little bit of time. So we're going to go ahead and let that cook, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. It's still going. You can see probably it's started to thicken up a little bit with adding that flour in and again. So now we're going to go ahead, last step, we're going to add our shrimp. And I went ahead and threw some extra Tony's seasoning right on there. So we'll just dump those in. And they're basically going to steam. It's only going to take a couple minutes for those to cook. You might as well go ahead and mix them in. We'll check back in about 3 or 4 minutes. And like I said, it'll be ready to go. The shrimp doesn't take long to cook. So we'll go ahead and lid this back up. And when we come back, we'll go ahead and start serving it up on a plate. Okay, everything's just about ready. We've got some rice over here in the rice cooker. And this is a little trick. You take a ramekin, or you can use a small bowl, and you just fill that up with rice. And what we're doing, like I said, some people like to pour the rice right in. This is just, being trying to be a little fancy for cheap. You take your plate, just lay it in the middle like that, and out comes a little stack of rice. So we'll come over to our Jimbalaya, and we're just going to grab a couple of big spoonfuls. We're going to pour that right over our rice. Just like that. Plenty of shrimp and chicken and sausage. And then we're going to come back over, finish it off with just a couple of things. We've got some hot sauce here. Any kind you like will do. We're going to do that. And then we're just going to garnish it with a little bit of parsley around it like that. And a little bit of paprika. Just top it right off like that. And I've also been cooking in the background. I've got some corn here, some fresh sweet corn. We're just going to go ahead and throw that on the plate as well. And we've got some cornbread muffins. So there you go. Pretty simple and easy to make. This Jimbalaya with some rice, cornbread, and I hope you enjoy it. Alright, so there you go. There's Jimbalaya. I enjoyed making it. I'm definitely going to enjoy eating it. I hope you enjoyed watching it. It's probably going to be a little while before we see an episode 5, but if you want to leave me any comments on Facebook or YouTube, I'd definitely appreciate it. If you have any ideas, suggestions, likes, whatever. Until then, we'll see you next time. Take care.